Oh boy, where do we start with this? Well, I guess I have to start off by saying massive thank you. Yeah, that's right, thank you for bringing me back into this hellhole. I can't believe I have to do a second part of this. But of course, this is the most viewed video on my channel as it stands right now. So of course, yes, we're gonna do part 2, because viewership. And I want to have one last thing to say. You guys. And just to start things off strong, we're gonna be putting us in on it right now, because I'm back! Breaking the 5th wall? How many walls have we broken now? Also, IRL me. Also, if this is based on the events of EverGreen SMP, then shouldn't this be something different? Into a script. The world moves. More narration! This essay no one will ever look at again. I'm sorry, you look back on your essays? A lousy teenager whose last topic he wants to study in school is anything to do with science. First off, going from crazy loud deafening volume to next to quiet and you can barely hear him volume. Also trusting this guy to give you a good scientific answer. Chapter 1. Oh god, this is gonna be a long episode because now there are chapters involved. This is Foxpo. Introductions to characters we already know. It's caused a lot of chaos. Who the is this guy? Like, is he a warlord or something? We still haven't seen him on the SMP itself. And now we're into this random episode. Okay, actually, how hard is it to count? If there's Bros SMP and only 3 episodes, seasons 1 through double question mark, it shouldn't really take long to figure out that maybe it's only, I don't know, maximum of 3 seasons. If there's only 3 videos, assuming 1 video per season, which by that point is probably just a terrible series. Also, this entire, and I'll put this in quotes, episode is pretty much pointless. Doesn't really do much for story progression. It just kind of explains the situation we're in, and that's it. So we're just gonna add 20 seconds just for the existence of this one episode. Influence. Yep, that seems about right. And by the end of this episode, there's no lore or anything related to the SMP, so why is this considered an episode if it's not even related? Skip! Cluttered man of chaos. Who is this? Snipe! So it's the first time we're seeing this guy and he's already banned. I do not understand how that's possible. So many text cards! Ah! I can legit see him. I'm assuming that's Upstart's land over there. And that's a big assume.
I just went full live.
Murder from multiple perspectives. Why is it so obvious which band he was listening to at the time?
Give it back, he needs it or else he'll kill you.
Where'd the book go? I need that book.
Right, and I hold his blade. How is he gonna kill me? This is the first and only time logic ever comes into play on this server. This is still not how POVs work, so we're gonna add 1.20 sins! GMR was no longer peaceful. And I don't blame him for not being peaceful. He shows up, you start stabbing him, he declares war. What more are you to expect other than, yes, of course that happens. That's how it's happened with every other nation, so what's the difference?
Die! Die, creeper! Die, creeper!
What did you say?
Now you know how I felt! Stubbornness. That way I can give you your woman's jeans back. Woman's jeans.
Ooh. Nope,
Right,
the
anyways.
helmet goes on the helmet goes on the head, not the bamboo.
Once more, the only reason the server was actually half decent is because Upstart existed. Without the chaos of a nation. Nations were the cause of this. Or, you know, you were the cause of this because you're an hole and you're just too stubborn to figure this out. I found a new place. A new place that maybe, just maybe, I could call home. I said this like 3 or 4 times now. Like, it's just starting to get boring and we already know what's going to happen next. He's going to run away again and rinse and repeat everything else. Longest title in existence. Hey, anybody remember that guy Dragon from some number of episodes ago? Oh, he apparently makes music and was featured a few times in this series. Now the only remnants of him left are the strings of his guitar.
What are we doing? Lore with the turtle?
Lore with the turtle. Yes. It's setting peacefully upon another day. No, it's just setting, as it always does, every day. At the end of the evening. It just sets, and then it's done. Very well. Just as well as I do. That, stop trying to sniff me. Nosiness.
Why do I feel like that if you leave your civilization here, it's gonna fall apart?
Actually, it would probably be more stable without him.
You do realize that I'm still confused right now.
Along with everybody else who's watching this, yes, we agree. We're all very confused, just like you. It's the type of sword. It's got 2 edges to it. It means you can cut it from the back or the front.
Yeah, that's literally a diamond sword.
The B would be great at Evergreen Sins. The 2-faced blade is for a second chance. Keep that ringing in your mind for a while. The 2-faced blade is for a second chance. 2-faced blade is for a second chance. 2-faced blade for a second chance. Nope, don't see it. Still don't see it. Sin it! This entire next sequence is all narration! GMR continued his reign of chaos and destruction. You mean you continue to cause chaos and destruction? Wait a minute. Chicken Barrel! Also Kentucky Fried Chicken. Who the is Lapar? Well, I'll tell you who. Another character to add to the list of characters we don't know anything about. Putting any warning at anywhere but the beginning of your video. Oh god, there's chapters again. Well, let's strap in. We know this one's gonna be a bit longer. Jungles and over the... I'm starting to boat. Sorry. Accepted. From Peace Bay and the Pillager Outpost. Yeah, that's totally what we meant. We accepted the... So is this in first person or third person? To share their friendship for everything they had gone through. What you had gone through. Not him. He never went through any of this. Just you, and you vented to him and he decided to join you. That's a Disney reference. GMR hid behind the dunes of the desert. We've seen this already. Skip! Okay, so first it was Fall Out Boy, then we got some Disney, but now we're getting, what is this, Linkin Park? And guessed that he was undergeared, and we could not win a fight against him. Sure, he was good. If Hidden can take on GMR easily, then why is he so concerned? GMR appeared peaceful. This baffled his mind. Hidden isn't willing to accept the change. He was startled to see a chicken named Elmo. Elmo. And this is not a sin for the fact that the chicken's named Elmo, it's the fact that the chicken doesn't have a name tag named Elmo. What a ripoff. No matter the cost, he must return it to the temple. He traveled so far just to return some stupid stone. What a waste of energy. Okay, so now we can see that GMR is chaotic and destructive, but geez, even before that, he didn't seem very destructive. He just seemed unwanted in places. For some random reason nobody will ever know. Before he could be caught with red hands. The saying is being caught red-handed, not being caught with red hands. Hidden was playing games all along. Yeah, Minecraft. Duh. GMR, barely able to spot the particles, spotting an invisible man. But too far had his chaos driven him. His chaos? More like you're wanting to be an enemy of him. GMR terrorized Hidden's house, killed his horse Trevor, and threatened Upstart's temple. And you know the sheep just doesn't seem to matter anymore. At the center of it all has been the diamond in the rough. Roll credits. Okay, so I've heard the comments, I've heard the things that people have been saying, and I completely agree. This next episode is just downright bull. And it's pointless to even have in this entire series. Heck, if you even watch the movie edition, they don't even include episode 9. It's just that bad. So why are we bothering to watch it? Well, the thing is, we're not. So we're gonna go ahead and just give it 50 cents and call it even there. And before we even begin watching this next episode, I just want to point this out now. This finale is like 4 times longer than any of the other episodes. Foxwell began her SMP journey. Also new perspective at the end of a season. Where the is this? It all ends. Well, I mean, you almost got it right. Also, the episode itself is actually titled The Second Edge. For some, that's making peace by giving others gifts. Oh, so now you're recognizing it as a gift. Jeez, about... Where did the good old days go? Great question. I wish I could ask that same question. But then I realized, oh wait, I actually just grew up. And they left me. Well, anyways. I exploded the dynamite in vengeance for the terrors that were made upon my land. Since when is dynamite involved? I know he wants peace, but what other option is there? Well, the saying goes peace, love, and war, so love, obviously. Look, I know we're technically on opposing sides for this war. W does not stab him in this exact moment. Oh, you and your reconnecting. You know what made people probably thought that this was an actual thing on YouTube now? Welcome to my hard mode world. Hard mode. Let's give you the grand tour of the touring. Teleporting through glass. Only the rich men can get up here. Or hackers. I've accomplished more here because I didn't have to worry about chaos. I didn't have to worry about people possibly destroying things. I didn't have to worry about... No, you got accomplished more because you're antisocial and wanted to do this world for a whole lot longer. Don't worry, I know, it's hard to admit. Wait a minute. Do you want this war?
Not really, but GMR already started it.
The GMR started this war? I thought this was Hidden's doing. If you lose this battle, what do you lose?
My inventory.
My inventory. This is the one moment I'm actually glad the bee is involved with this entire thing.
I don't rule in the rulers that said no starting a war without the king thought he was then king.
GMR is suddenly now a king?
I have no clue. How did he even start again?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know how the war started? Just because of some dumb diamond, that's all it is. I'm glad we could have this conversation. If for nothing else, then to at least keep our friendship bonded together. Remind me again why the bee is friends with Hidden? I still don't quite understand that. I mean, I get that they have a strong bond from the past, but still, you know you can just break up with friends, right? I mean, I've done that quite a bit recently. I mean, they don't know it, but, you know, it counts! It counts for something, right? Camel! Okay, we've already introduced the bee cave and the whole hard mode world. How many more locations do we really need? We have this new house here. It seems like there's something else off in the distance. I don't really need to keep track of everything, but geez, there's too many new locations here. Text on screen because they're holes. They want us to start reading more. Okay, I was about to just say skip, but I honestly have a lot more to talk about than just that. First off, the storyline of this whole thing just doesn't seem to add up. It just seems like they started to do an SMP style type of video content, I think. And then they transition into this whole lore sequence, which just doesn't seem to work. I mean, I get that other SMPs did that, like Dream SMP, but geez, it just doesn't work in this situation. They tried it too late, and now it's just like, why? They just shouldn't have done that. They need to just have it as a regular SMP and forget all the text, books, and character development. They need to just drop it and just go with, here's what the situation is. I'm gonna go do this now. That would make a whole lot more sense. Sure, some of the moments are important and it means a lot more to some viewers than others, but it really just doesn't seem to add up in my mind. Half of this is just random fluff that just does not need to be in there, and the other half is just war, which nobody really wants anyways. So yeah, that's why I'm sitting this one, and also why I have to just point out that this series is probably the worst one ever developed. And I am proud of that. And okay, now I'm going to say skip! Okay, I'm not going to point out all the errors again, but I guess I do have a few to say. First off, hello Hidden, and then hit enter once, and then it's just a little bit better written. And there's also, once again, no punctuation, the I's are not capitalized, and a new start is all capitalized as well for some reason. That just doesn't make any sense. Enforce is not enforce, enforce, with an E, not an I. This time there aren't even any commas. Okay, I know I just send this because it shouldn't be a lore-based storyline, but jeez, if you're actually gonna try, at least have somebody else write the books and not the bee. His writing is just absolute bull. Hello, old friend. I'm GMR, your friend. You know, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I'm not gonna say more. Have fun watching the rest of the video. Bye. Do you really want this? Is that what you want, buddy? Nobody wants the war, then just call it off already. Like, it's not that hard.
That's what caused all this chaos. And here we are now.
Sonicha would be great at EverGreen sins.
Are you trying to throw yourself? Serves you right.
It's too... Put in the bloopers in the actual video instead of a separate video. And now for approximately 160 seconds of pointless fighting. Jeez, this war lasted a long time. Text cards in the middle of your fight. He looked up to the sky. For the last time, stop it with the narration!
This...
Player Pinata. I can't live so as long as I wear this and have that on my mind. Or for a better translation, you can't live without your arch nemesis.
Cause I have the old Two-Face, the second edge.
Don't you get it? It's time for your second edge, I mine. Oh, I get it now. The second edge equals the second life. Why couldn't you put that out in the third episode, mother... Why is Poseidon's fork being held backwards? Jeez. I mean, we saw this multiple times throughout the fight as well, but I didn't decide to point it out, but now it's just plainly in sight. You know what to do. I know you don't want to, but... Oh, he didn't hesitate one bit. He was waiting to do that for so long. What song to pick? What song to pick? What song to pick? Oh, you! What the heck? This guy was actually just featured once, and yet he still managed to make it to the end credits. Lots and lots of final quotes. Once more, chicken barrel! Oh, thank God it's... Oh, you! And finally, as a bonus thing, mostly just for myself, just to say this now, I will never make that ever again. This was a terrible video idea to make in the first place, and yet I still persevered and made it through. Jeez, how are we still here? Why am I still talking? I should really turn off my microphone by now.